Welcome to the Business of Therapy podcast, where we're ditching the blank slate mentality and giving therapists full permission to show up authentically online and chase their dream six-figure private practice. I'm your host, Kelly McKenna, licensed therapist, business coach, and content creator. I have made it my personal mission to help other therapists make a boatload of money and do it while working with clients they love and without sacrificing their work-life balance. I've been through the very same journey that you're on now. After ditching burnout, starting my own private practice, earning $250,000 my very first year, and scaling way beyond that, I'm here to give you all the behind the scenes. And in this podcast, I'm holding nothing back. You'll hear all the specific strategies, wins, failures, and lessons learned to help you build your very own six-figure private practice and see that the business of therapy can truly be a lucrative one. Let's do this! Before we get into today's episode, I'd like to introduce our sponsor, Jane, the practice management software I use in my own practice. The 10 minutes you have between sessions is the ultimate get stuff done time. With Jane's time-saving features like custom smart narratives, chart duplication, and a fully stocked template library, you can actually finish all your admin work between sessions. To see how Jane can help simplify your admin tasks, head to the show notes to book a personalized demo. And when you're ready to get started with Jane, you can use the code Kelly2month for a 2-month grace period applied to your account. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is the 100th episode of the Business of Therapy podcast. This is absolutely wild to me. I wanted to start this podcast for basically forever. I had it on my vision board and my goal list for 2 years before I finally pulled the trigger on it. And here we are, 100 episodes in. We did it. Every single time that you listen to the podcast, it makes me so happy. We've had over 85,000 downloads since we launched. Every review, every listen, every share just means the world to me. So thank you so much. If you have enjoyed this podcast, I would so appreciate it if you could leave me a review on Apple Podcasts. That really just helps us to get the word out, help more therapists discover the podcast. And I'd love to hear what you think about it too. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And let's dive into today's episode. So today we're going to be talking about why every therapist needs to be on Instagram in 2026, right? I know that Instagram is an investment of your time, but I really do believe that it is worth it. And it is one of the best strategies out there to market yourself if you want to have a private pay therapy practice. Even when I was creating this podcast episode, I decided I needed to put 2026 in the title because to me, it's just so obvious that in today's day and age, you would have social media for your therapy practice, right? Even thinking about how we consume things, how many of you actually get a physical newspaper delivered to your house every day? Very few people. Growing up, my dad always got the Miami Herald delivered. He would read it every morning. He's a boomer, approaching 70, and even he gets his newspaper now virtually, right? And he reads it on his iPad. And I think that a big part of this is just keeping up with the times, right? Marketing yourself with newspaper ads or flyers or a little paper thing hanging up in a coffee shop is just not the way that the world works in 2026. This is the new way. This is part of how people market themselves, how every business out there is marketing themselves. And the best part is it's free, right? What you really need to commit to it is your time and your energy to learn marketing, to show up consistently. And when you do, the world is your oyster with Instagram marketing. Okay, so let's get a little more specific with why every therapist should be on Instagram in 2026. So first off, it's where people are spending their time. Now, I pulled some statistics for you. Gen Z spends up to 4 hours per day on social media. And this number goes down a little bit with age, right? So 18 to 24-year-olds spend about 3 hours on social media. 35 to 54-year-olds spend about 2 hours a day on social media. And ages 65 and older spend an average of 1 hour and 42 minutes on social media. So no matter what age group you are targeting, your clients are spending a great deal of time on social media. And so it makes a lot of sense for you to market yourself to where they are spending their time, right? That is why, that's basically the premise of how every marketing strategy works, right? Newspaper ads used to be super popular because people spent a lot of time reading the newspaper. Hanging up a flyer at a coffee shop is a popular tactic because people spend a lot of time going and getting their coffee every day. Google ads are helpful because people Google when they're looking for a therapist, right? Like the idea is that we want to show up and advertise ourselves where people are naturally going. And I just think that this statistic about screen time is so, so, so helpful. And there are so many users on Instagram, 3 billion monthly active users globally. In the US, 181 million active users. Over 62% of people in the ages 18 to 34 use Instagram every single month. This is where people are, right? And so we really want to make sure that you are marketing yourself there so that people can discover you. Now, even if somebody finds you somewhere else first, right? Let's say that Instagram is not your only marketing channel, but you are also maybe doing the flyer in the coffee shop, or you're investing in Google ads, or you're working on your SEO. You still need an Instagram in 2026 because even if they find you elsewhere, they are still going to go to Instagram in order to research you. That's where they're going to go to learn more about you, to get a feel of your vibe, to see how legit you are. Like, even think about how you probably do this yourself, right? Somebody recommends a restaurant. You might, type in their restaurant name on Google, but then you're probably going to go to Instagram and look at the food first. You hear of a new clothing brand. Maybe you go to their website and you browse around, but you're probably going to go to their Instagram. This is where people really try and understand, like, both you and your brand on a deeper level, but then they're also looking to see, like, do they resonate? Are other people resonating? Like, it's sort of like a quality check, I guess, and like a popularity check, a vibe check. Like, it's just really, really helpful. And it's definitely a way that people do a lot of research. I also think in the age of AI, Instagram is really, really, really important because relationships matter, right? So, people, and we'll talk about this in a second too, but people can go to ChatGPT to get validation, right? There's all these venture capital backed therapy platforms. There's just a lot of things changing in regards to technology and AI in our space. And so your ability to build relationships with people is one of the most important things that you can do for yourself and for your business. And part of that relationship building is Instagram, right? When you show up and you create content multiple times a week, people are getting to know you. They are getting to see you. They are getting to learn from you. They're getting to relate to you. Even if it's a parasocial relationship, that really, really, really matters, right? It's your chance to network with other therapists, to get to know them, to build a name in your community. It's a chance for clients to understand who you are, who you work with, what you're about. And when you build that relationship, that is really what's going to set you apart from, the big teletherapy platforms, or, the BetterHelps and Talkspaces of the world, or the insurance-based therapists. Like, this is how you are going to build a name for yourself and really command the demand that is needed to go private pay. If coming up with content ideas is the bane of your existence, I've got you. I want to make creating Reels easier, faster, and way less mentally exhausting for you. I'm hosting a totally free 4-day Reels challenge, and I'd love for you to sign up and join me. We're kicking off with a live training starting Monday, July 13th, where I'm going to teach you exactly how to create your content in less than 15 minutes a day. Then, every morning of the challenge, I'll email you to tell you exactly what to post. Not just the idea, I'm talking a trending sound, fill-in-the-blank script, step-by-step filming instructions, and real examples to follow. I've made this as easy as humanly possible, so all you need to do is sign up, set aside 15 minutes a day, and let me handle the rest. Seriously, this challenge will show you how much easier content creation can feel when you're not starting from scratch every single time. The link to sign up is in the show notes. It's totally free, and we kick off live on July 13th. I'll see you there. Now, I also want to talk about like the ChatGPT for emotional support thing, because I'm sure that you guys have seen all of the articles about it. You might even have some clients who reference ChatGPT in session, or the advice I got from ChatGPT as well. I know that I've certainly had that come up a number of times. And, that may be an episode for another day of like how valid of a source of support AI can be. But the thing I wanted to say here is that AI is programmed to be validating, right? And there's obviously a lot of risks in this in terms of like suicidality, delusions. I'm sure that you guys have read the articles and seen, all the risks that are there. When that's the case, when people can go to AI and get validation, your ability to be human and to form those relationships really, really, really matters. You need to show people that you do more as a therapist than just nod and validate, right? That stereotype of a therapist who doesn't really engage with you. Because ChatGPT could do that. Your job as a therapist is to understand nuance, is to challenge folks, to provide relational healing, to have specific concrete interventions that you're using, frameworks that are approaching your work. And when you are able to take that and show us online what that looks like, that is really what's going to help set you apart and have people choose you. And it sucks. I wish that we were not in a world where we are competing with AI, but we are as therapists. And that's something that we need to be real about. I don't think that that means that, you're doomed and gloomed and there's like no hope for our industry. I don't think that AI is like a very tough competitor, but it is a real thing that people are considering versus therapy. And so marketing yourself in a way where people can get to know you and they feel a relationship with you is super, super, super important in this day and age. We also live so much of our life online that it is just like such a good, easy way to network, right? And to build relationships with other therapists when you are showing up where they're spending 2 to 4 hours per day on their screen watching social media. If you can show up there, if you can create content and be in their feed, that is going to do a lot of work for you and allow you to network with masses of people instead of just one specific person at a time. Another thing is that it's 2026. Like I said, I wanted to make sure to include that in the title. In 2026, not having an Instagram is the same as like not having a website or not having an email address, right? Like it is technology. Like that is just the world we live in. Fighting it is like saying, whatever, you don't want to drive a car, you want to ride a horse and buggy to work every day. Like it is 2026. You need to be on social media. Again, that is where everybody is spending their time. Another thing that I really love is the ability to diversify your income that opens up for you when you learn how to market yourself on Instagram, right? So if you are somebody who is worried about being burnt out or you're currently in burnout, if you want to prioritize your mental health, if you want to have more time with your family, more time with your kids, you want to see less clients, you're worried about inflation, income goals, again, the future of therapy with AI or VC funded places, right? Again, I'm personally not too worried about those, but I think that that is a real concern that comes up for folks. You want to have marketing skills. Marketing skills are one of the best gifts that you can give yourself that will set you up for a career and for freedom of choice to do whatever you want to do. I'm not saying you need to expand beyond one-on-one therapy. You can for sure earn well into the six figures doing one-on-one therapy alone. But if you have an inkling that you might in the future want to do courses, do brand deals, do memberships, have therapy groups, do speaking engagements, offer coaching, developing the skill of marketing is key. And having a community of people who trust you and who want your help is going to set you up with options, right? No matter what happens with insurance rates, what happens with the future of our industry, you have the skill of marketing and you have a community of people and you have the ability to adapt and to sell other offers if you desire. And I think that that is really, really huge. Instagram also gives you the opportunity for people to get to know you. And when they do that, they build trust with you. And that is what allows you to charge really premium rates, right? Like, I think that there's just such a better chance that people will be willing to go out of pocket and work with you if they feel like they've gotten to know you and you are the best therapist for them. Then if they're scrolling Psychology Today and there's, thousands of therapists to pick from, maybe yes, they're probably using rates to kind of determine what's affordable for them and also maybe who's like the best therapist. But if we can also show them on Instagram, I am the best therapist, I get you, that makes it so much easier to convert people at high premium private pay rates. And lastly, the profit margins from Instagram are insane compared to any other marketing strategy out there because it is free, right? Yes, you might invest some money into things like PPA to learn how to do Instagram or the Reels membership to make your content creation faster every week. But compared to spending thousands of dollars a month on an agency to run Google ads for you, hundreds of dollars a month on ad spend, thousands of dollars on an SEO agency or a marketing agency, you can do this yourself with just a few hours a week. And that I think is super, super, super valuable for not just building a business and getting clients at a high rate, but more importantly, building a business with really high profit that allows you to take home a lot of income and provide for yourself and for your family. Okay, to wrap up, I just want to say marketing is not optional. It is part of your job. The same way you do not no-show sessions with your clients, do not no-show your marketing responsibilities. As a private practice owner, this is one of the most important foundational pieces of your job is to keep new clients coming in, right? Do not skip post. Do not ignore this, right? This is the key to building your business is marketing and showing up. So if you haven't started on Instagram yet, take this as your sign, do it. If you have started, but you are not 100% all in, you're just trying it out, I hope that this is really affirming for you and letting you know this is the future. This is where you should be spending your time, even if it feels hard, even if it's time consuming at the beginning because you haven't quite nailed it yet. It will get better. It will get easier. And this is really important work that you're doing. I am cheering you on, my friends, and I will see you next week. A year from today, what would your dream private practice look like? Would you spend less time chasing claims or only working with clients who value your skill set? What if you had more time for yourself? Alma empowers you to confidently accept insurance through easy credentialing, enhanced reimbursement rates, and guaranteed payment within 2 weeks of each session. Your dream practice is closer than you think. A year from today starts now at helloalma.com/Kelly. That's helloalma.com/Kelly to get started with your first 2 months free. Thanks for hanging out with me today. My goal with this podcast is to help as many therapists as possible. So if you found this episode helpful, would you please do me a huge favor and leave a 5-star review wherever you're listening to this? As a thank you, every month I'm gifting one lucky reviewer a free month of Done For You Reels ideas inside of my Reels membership. I'll see you here next Wednesday and talk to you soon.